Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're going to be talking to CPA tax partner at Crowe LLP, none other than Nina Perez. Nina, welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about, you as a Latina in this very competitive business that you've got. Tell us a little bit more about the industry. What is Crowe and what do you want people to know about it?
Yeah, sure. So Crowe, we're accounting, tax, consulting, and advisory firm. We also have a really large technology practice. We specialize in every industry. We're a great company that values ourselves as being one Crowe and building on a great employee culture. Um, it's a fantastic place to work and to have as a to be a partner at, to someone a company that really has our back and really embraces diversity in the workplace and has a lot of resources for our community and for Latinas and a very supportive company.
So let's talk about that as a leader in a very competitive industry. Tell us a little bit more about some of the mentors and what has been pivotal to your career in this sector.
Sure. One of the most central lessons I learned early in my career was that leadership isn't about fitting a mold. It's about bringing value, perspective, and integrity to the table. And as a Latina, there was certainly moments where I questioned whether I belonged in rooms where few people looked like me. But I was fortunate to have mentors who reminded me that my background was not a limitation, it was a strength. I joined the public accounting world a little bit older than my peers. I had a different career path than the traditional one. I was a young mother, and because of that, I had to work while I was in college, and I wasn't able to really transition into a definable career path until I was a little bit more seasoned. So oftentimes I felt out of place. Maybe being the only Latina, the only woman, the only mother, the oldest person. Sometimes I overcompensated. I'm also the youngest of five children, so I really crave attention when I can get it. And usually I was the loudest or the most outspoken, and I wear my emotions on my face. You can tell when I'm annoyed or mad. So I would often have to be told that I needed to have more self-awareness. So that said, some of the most influential leaders in my journey were the ones who challenged me, and they told me to speak up with intent, not just for the sake of hearing my voice, for not being, for the fear of not being noticed, but to bring meaningful content to the conversation. And they taught me that confidence and trust is built through action. I also learned the importance of having sponsorship and having people who advocate for you when you're not in the room. And equally as important were the moments where I was taught to embrace being my authentic self and realizing that my perspective and the ability to build relationships and to not meet a stranger wherever I go and embrace, kind of our culture were leadership assets. So I definitely try to pay that forward and I try to mentor and help create environments where diverse talent feels seen and heard and empowered to be themselves.
Very good, very good. You can tell that you've been a good student and also a great leader in sharing that what was invested in you that you've pushed as well to others. So I want to talk a little bit about your clients, inflation, uncertainty in the economy, workforce challenges, technology, as I mentioned earlier, and helping your clients remain resilient, but also ready for what's next. Let's talk about that, please.
Sure. So right now, I think being future ready and resilient is less about reacting to disruption, but really more about adapting to it. The businesses that I often see as thriving are the ones that remain disciplined by while still being willing to innovate. I really encourage my clients right now, at least, to focus on three things, which is agility, people, and data. So, like for agility, businesses, the conditions are rapidly changing. So, leaders need to be able to make decisions quickly and have structures that allow them to pivot quickly. With talent, workforce challenges, they're not temporary. And companies that invest in culture and employee experience, I think, are really going to have a competitive advantage. Retention and engagement, across it with employees they're really business strategies now. They're not just HR initiatives. And then third, data and technology. A lot of organizations still make decisions based on instinct alone, and companies need better visibility into operations, financial performance, consumer behavior, and risk. And technology and AI can absolutely help with this. I believe that organizations that are positioned for success are the ones that have balanced operational discipline and willingness to evolve.
Excellent. What else would you like to share with the audience about Crowe and the work that you all are doing?
Yeah, so I think we really, kind of piggybacking on the discussion for AI, I think one of the biggest mistakes that people can make is thinking that it's only for large tech companies. So we're really trying to help our clients embrace it and see that it's a tool that can be used across every industry. I'll speak a little bit more towards like the Hispanic businesses that we try to really engage with and bring forth to them things that maybe that they're not used to having so readily available to them, right? A lot of Hispanic professionals and entrepreneurs, they need to see themselves as participants and not observers, and we really try to encourage that. And so we try to, start with curiosity and continuous learning and giving people all of the tools that they need to be successful and making sure that they feel comfortable to adapt with technology and have the willingness to adopt. I really think that representation and innovation matters tremendously. So having, diverse perspectives lead to better products, better solutions, and more inclusive business strategies. So we really try to instill that in our clients and our prospects and even in our employees. I think everyone brings unique insights, and something that I love about our community is that we're very community centered, and that's incredibly valuable.
And you all have been very involved with the Houston Hispanic Chamber of
Yeah.
Commerce, partners and sponsors. And so we appreciate that. And for all you do for business in the greater Houston region, thank you so much. And thank you for representing Crowe so well. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you very soon, Nina.
Thank you so much. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you.